Fire away.
Hey, Coach, you finally had your team back for the first time in like 3 weeks. How did that feel?
Yeah, it just felt really good. We didn't know, we were saying day to day because we didn't know. And the most important thing is that their health and wellness they're in great shape. And so the most important thing was that they were able to do that. And just really proud. When you get, like Dejan got injured, he just showed so much grit and heart. He's like Emmett had got hit, and him playing was a lot. Dejan can barely move he's like one arm, and these guys care about each other. They're competitors, and they want to help us win, and showed a lot of heart tonight. A lot of heart. But with Dejan Davis is on the floor. He called 2 plays when I was trying to call a play, and I'm like, you got it. He's a quarterback. And it allows Terrell also to do what? Be Terrell. And so having those options were big, and especially with PJ just playing well, those opportunities also allowed our team to get better because guys had different roles. And so just really, how many stat lines? He hadn't played in how long? 3 weeks? 9, 7, 3 steals, 5 assists, 1 turnover, 3 for 4. At the end of the game in the press break, making the play. Pretty spectacular for a guy who practiced 1 day in the last 3 weeks. Or I don't even know if it's 3 weeks.
When Dejan came in, it looked like pregame he was favoring his shoulder a little bit, but when he came in, he got knocked around a little bit, started rubbing his shoulder. He ran down the court on defense, and I kind of expected you to pull him out, but he just kept on going. Did you give any thought when you saw him?
At the beginning of the game, he came up to me before the announcements. He says, "Coach," I said, "How'd it feel?" And he said, "You know what? After I shot a couple times, it feels kind of sore." So I said, "Listen, we'll just communicate. If you can't go, you can't go." And, it's funny what adrenaline does when you see a crowd like we had, especially in a rivalry game. It's funny what it does when it becomes competitive because we've got competitors, but Dejan's one of the best competitors. And, just made sure he was okay, but he wanted to play. He was a big difference in the game tonight.
Is that the reason why he did not start?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. He hadn't played, and I was worried about the minutes. And, you're always thinking about, am I playing him too many minutes? I wanted to make sure Emmett was okay, that he wasn't playing too many minutes. I kept checking on him after each time out, like, you good? You good? I took Emmett out. He's like, why are you taking me out? I go, because I want to make sure you're okay. He hadn't played in the last couple weeks. But, those guys coming back here and showing faith in the program and the love that they have for Seattle and University of Washington. You get opportunities to play those games at home with a great crowd. It's pretty special, and they weren't going to let us loose today.
To that point, after the Arizona game, your first quarter here was a bummer.
Yep.
You wanted to give the crowd something.
Yep.
To be able to deliver for them.
Yep.
In that situation, what's that feel like?
It feels great, to win. I don't know, but we started playing man. We started doing those things. We wanted to, keep the crowd into the game, and how can we ignite them? And we couldn't get separation in the first half. We allowed some threes. They were beating us first to the ball. In the second half, we just, you got him, I got you, you got him. I think they started off. They didn't score their first 8 possessions. And how we started that second half was going to be critical in terms of the way the psychological part of the game was going to be. But they weren't going to let us lose.
Like the third game's obviously had a big impact on Wednesday night. What changed?
We had to make some adjustments. They got a good team. They had one of the thing that I'm most impressed about. A week ago in Ken Palm, they were the #1 defensive team in the league. And we scored, I think the most anybody scored against them this year in the league was Arizona with 72 points. We scored 78, and we scored, what did we, 70, it was the same score as last game. So, you know, we felt good about that. In the first half, they were playing physical with us. But in terms of Muhammad Guy and Effie, you know, we did a better job of coming up right away. We did a better job on the glass, which was a huge part. They only had 11 second chance points, or 13 second chance points to our 11. Last time it was a 19-point differential. The thing that I was a little disappointed in is we allowed too many three-pointers at the beginning. And that's where I felt like, you know, for some reason something wasn't working. And so we decided to play a little bit more man-to-man than usual.
In the second half, you only played 6 guys. You really tightened the rotation. Was there a thought behind that, or is that just the way the game went?
It's the way the game went, and I could see it in their eyes. And I'll say it over and over, they were not letting us lose. They were going to gut that thing out. You guys know I'm a gut guy. Sometimes I have a bad gut. I sometimes have a good gut. Today, that's what I was riding with. It was the most important game moving forward with the amount of games that we have in a row at home. And roll the dice, put everything on the table, and those guys delivered.
Surprised when your guys, Emmett and PJ, cut off all their hair?
I think they were doing it in despite of me, because I got a haircut the other day, and they realized, Coach, you don't have a lot to work with. And, you know, Emmett, when he came in and he had FaceTime, I called him, and he says, FaceTime, Matt, FaceTime. He's like, Coach, look at my hair. I got my hair cut. And then PJ did it the other day, and he said after the last game, he's like, Coach, I'm going to surprise you. And then Emmett said he was the trendsetter. But, you know, whatever it is, they're just great. You know, I can't tell you how happy and how fun it is to coach this group of guys. They care about each other. They're mature. And you know that when you love a group as much as we love this group, you know that we're going to war and to battle, not even to use that analogy, especially during this time, but going in to play and compete. Wouldn't want to compete with anybody else.
Terrell had 4 points in the first half.
Yeah.
21 in the second half.
Yeah.
What was the difference? Was there an adjustment?
No, you know what it was is we knew, and listen, at the second half we knew they had too many threes, and Terrell was 1 for 9. We believe he's the best player in the league. We knew he wasn't going to go 1 for 9 again. And we felt like we had to open up the court. And we started playing a little bit small. We started driving him. We got into the bonus. And, you know, he delivers. That's what he does.
Do you think that there's any carryover from one game to the next game?
I think, you know what? I think, you know, when when you've lost a couple and then you win a couple, there's the belief factor, right? And then it's you know, then it goes back to every team poses a different challenge. So the good thing is we just played UCLA. We know kind of what they're going to do. Now we have to be able to go out and execute it. And now, do we have enough energy to execute it? And, you know, they're one of the best teams in the country. When this game was canceled, I felt really bad for our players. I felt bad for our fans. But to be, I praise the league for making up and making sure that the games are going to be played because, you know, you want to give something to your fans. And UCLA being one of the great programs in college basketball history and being able to come here and play, it's a great opportunity for us and it's great for our fans.
Anything from that first game that can help you on Monday? Like their size is always going to be.
Yeah, they're big and physical. They really pounded us in the paint, and they shot the three as good as any team has shot this year. So, you know, we're going to have to go back and, you know, there's no secrets to this thing. We're just going to have to execute better. And sometimes before, like when we struggle offensively, it hurts our defense. When we are able to use our defense to get some good offense like we did tonight, having Dejan back, that helps us because we're getting easy baskets, we're getting the crowd involved, and that's how you beat a team like that.
That win just feels different. A little bit of monkey off their back. And what was that locker room like?
It was just, they expect to win. That's the cool thing about these guys. Terrell kept telling me, Coach, we're good. We're going out to halftime. We're good. We're good. I got this. We got this. And you know, the belief in each other. But it does feel, you know, you asked the question earlier, just do we want to give something to the fans? And I felt like that was a great college basketball game and a rivalry game, and to come out with a victory that boosts you. You know, this game is a game of momentum and belief. And I feel like, you know, we were both 8-8, I think. Am I correct? You know, going into, you know, the Pac-12 and being in that top echelon of the league is important. And you know, hopefully positioning yourself for a better seed in the Pac-12 tournament. And so, in a rivalry, and it means a lot to our fans. Yeah, so it was special. And in the locker room, there was a lot of hugs. There was a lot of just you know, they realized that they didn't do what we needed to do in the first half, but galvanized together. We're really gritty, and we played, I thought, really, really tough in the second half, and that's why we won. But yes, great.
What did your reserve player do to get a technical?
Oh, you're going to open up a scar over here. Well, you know, what he did was, and again, I didn't see it other than I saw the result. He's went to high school he went to Garfield, and he was just excited because we were coming back. And so he ran out in the court and was trying to show a lot of energy. And I think they thought that he was taunting the other team, but he was really trying to do this to Terrell. Like, you know, and again, you can't just run in the middle of the court. Like, you know. Yeah, but yeah, that was one of those ones where you're like, what? What just happened? We'll address that, but that's what he did. And that's what I was told. So now I'm going to have to watch it, make my assessment.
Hey, obviously it's hard to play 4 games in 7 days, but is it easier when you're at home and you don't have to go anywhere?
You know what? I believe that. You know, I believe that. You know, getting into a bus or getting into a car or getting into a plane is traveling. You know, no time difference in this one, like with UCLA coming here, just playing at Oregon State, but still travel, still wear and tear, and to be able to be home. Now it just goes back to making sure that these guys, I told them before, you know, it's like a video game. You know, you lose your energy and then you die in your video game, you lose a life. And then if you jump and you try to find ways to get energy, and so ice your legs, stretch your body, make sure you get enough rest, make sure you're eating all the things that give us energy is going to be the most important way that we utilize this day tomorrow. And being at home, I think, gives us an advantage for sure, in your own bed.
There's still enough time in the season to get on a run and to, like, really...
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? Heck, yeah. How exciting is this? You get 3 in all great games. Rivalry, top 25, Oregon rivalry, and then senior night. I mean, does it get better than that? I mean, this is awesome. If you love college basketball and you're a competitor, this is what you want. This is what you're waiting for.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, Hop.
Let's go, Pac-12! Get those games in. Have a great Saturday. Today is going to be a great Saturday, and tomorrow's going to be a great Sunday.
There you go.
And then Monday, time to shine, baby. Take care, guys.